you don't get much bigger than big Tommy Aspinall. What's going on, Tom?
How's things, Mike? Good to speak to you.
Yeah, mate. Things are very, very good, pal. You're looking lean and mean, buddy.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling very fit. I'm right at the end of a training camp, so feeling good, feeling beat up, feeling moody. You know how it goes, Mike, but I'll be feeling good next week.
I was going to say, how excited are you for the final training session on Friday or Saturday to be done? And then you can say, fight camp over, a nice recovery week, and then go to work.
Very excited, especially because I don't have a weight cut, do I? So next week, fight week for heavyweights is pretty, unless you're over the limit, which I'm not. It's pretty smooth sailing, to be honest with you. A lot of relaxing, get the media work done, and nothing too, a lot the lighter weights. They got to do the weight cut thing, and I don't have that, so it's really nice, to be honest. I just finished the training camp. Training camp and chill.
You son of a bitch, because I used to look at heavyweights when I was killing myself to make 185, down in all the distilled water, living off bloody dust and lettuce leaves, you know what I mean? Trying to make 185. And then you see the heavyweights sitting there, steak, whatever they want, cheeseburgers. I think, you son of a bitch. What are you going to weigh, you think, for this fight?
I think I'm going to be a little bit heavier. I've been absolutely smashing the strength and conditioning. I'm in the best shape by far that I've ever been in my life. So the conditioning is very good. The strength, I feel like I'm stronger than ever before, to be honest. Especially because I'm getting a little bit older now. Like I'm coming back end of the 20s, coming up to 30 now, and I just feel like I'm just getting so much more physically strong like the older I get.
Yeah, but that does happen. Is that? I'm assuming that's a conscious thing because obviously, the smart money would say that he's going to try and wrestle you. And wrestling, if you can stop the timing, then it becomes, of course, technique is a big part of it, but strength is also a big part. The stronger your hips, the stronger you are in general, and the longer you can go for, more chance of stopping those takedowns. Is that part of the plan?
Of course it is. You got to be, and I've got not even just for Curtis, but for future fights as well. Like I've got to be. These are big, strong dudes that I'm fighting. Do you know what I mean? They're absolutely no joke. So. But I think my physical strength is so underrated. Like, just because I'm not like a big muscle-bound guy, I'm like, find me a guy that I've took down who can move on the floor. Like, there's not one. Do you know what I mean? I'm so physically strong, and people, because I'm not a massive muscle-bound guy, people kind of look past that, I think. But loads of people I train with and stuff over the years, and people that I fought just said, "Man, you're so strong."
Yeah.
And people don't really talk about that too much.
No, but see, that's the thing, isn't it? Because it can be very misleading. You can have functional strength. Like I was always strong. I don't think I was like ridiculously strong or anything like that, but I never went up against an opponent and then afterwards thought to myself, fuck, I was really overpowered in that one. But you put me in a weight room, I'm not moving stupid weight. I'm certainly not making anyone looking at me. I lift relatively light weights, to be honest. What are you like in a weight room, Tom? Do you move some metal?
Apparently so, yeah. I didn't realise that I was that strong until I started working with like a proper strength and conditioning coach, and he was surprised by the numbers that I was throwing up there. I didn't realise. Like, to be honest with you, a lot of the people that I've done weights with before, they're like big juice heads.
Yeah.
So they're throwing up ridiculous weights. But I think I'm pretty strong. But I'm not throwing up I'm not benching ridiculous amounts.
Come on, Tom. You got to give us some numbers, buddy. What are we doing? What are we working with?
1 rep max on the bench. Everyone wants to know the 1 rep max.
Right, hold on. Let me think. 1 rep max. See, the thing is, you've got long arms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do have long arms.
Longer arms, more weight, further distance, bigger range of motion. That's why your short little juice says they don't have to move it much. They can do a lot. So 3 plates either side. Is that what was 20, 40, 60, 120, 140 kilo? Are you no. Are you doing that,
no.
Tom?
For my 1 rep max, this is no word of a lie. This is when I was doing weights a lot, though. And bearing in mind, as MMA fighters, we don't need to bench press really.
No.
Often. Bench press is it's pretty irrelevant to us.
It is, but still for a man, we love to do it.
Yeah. But 162.5 kilos.
I was fucking almost there.
Yeah. And well, you're 22 kilos off, mate. It's quite
I said 160.
140, you said. 140, you said.
You're right. Yeah. So 160. So that's 3 plates either side, and then like a 10 and a 1 1/4 or something. And in pounds, that's 320. It's like almost 350, 360 pounds. Jesus Christ. That's strong, Tom. Strong.
I'm a strong man, Mike. What can I say? But I'm not bad with the. I do a lot of pull-ups. I've been doing a lot of pull-ups recently. Like it's something that a lot of heavy guys. Yeah, a lot of big heavy guys they avoid the pull-ups, but the pull-ups are so important for grappling. Like think about all this. It's all the same kind of muscles, all the back muscles, all the gripping and the pulling, and it's ideal for grappling. So young fighters out there, don't forget the pull-ups because very important.
Now, let me ask you this, though, because I do a lot of pull-ups, and Callum has been doing a lot of pull-ups because we're trying to get him ready for his next wrestling season. I say pull-ups, but I do chin-ups because the chin-ups, you get the bicep pump. Are we doing pull-ups or chin-ups?
I'm doing a bit of both. I'm doing a bit of both. I'm mixing it up. But on the subject of Callum, obviously, I know Callum, as you know. I follow Callum on Instagram. He is looking. He must be heavier than me. He's heavy. He's jacked up.
Mate, listen to this. This is no word of a lie. And in fact, after you've gone, I'm going to send Brian, our producer, the video of this. We'll play it on the podcast. The other night, I'd had a couple of wines. We're going to bed. Callum comes out of his bedroom. We lock horns, right, at the top of the stairs. We're fucking going back and forth. He is so strong right now. He threw me through the fucking wall. He threw me through the wall. I swear to God, there's a big fuck off massive hole upstairs. And my wife come running out. She said, what the fuck is going on? I said, your son, because he pushed me. I lost balance. I went through the drywall. No bullshit. Well, one half of it. One half. Anyway, never mind that. Tom, you're in you can see your main eventing. Where is this place? You look like you're coming at us from a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, I've just finished I'm in a 5-star hotel, yeah.
Is it your house?
Yeah, of course it is. This is my back room. Yeah, I'm in the. How's the Wi-Fi, by the way? The Wi-Fi's all right.
Wi-Fi's bang on, better than last time, mate.
I've invested a little bit.
I was gonna say you've got the fucking main event though now. No, they're very, very nice looking place you got there, Tom.
Thank you.
So let me ask: is all the media driving you crazy?
To be honest, I've not done too much at this point. A little bit easier this time because. A lot of my training camp, as you know, Mike, but the viewers may not, has been done in Holland. So when I'm not at home and I don't have school runs to do and errands to run, and I've got to go to the tip and get something for the house and do all the other bullshit that you have to do when you're at home.
Why are you going to the tip?
It's what you got to do, isn't it, Mike, as a man? Yeah. That's what you got to do as a man. And do all this other shit that you got to do when you're at home. Like when I'm in Holland, I've just got to train. That's all I've got to do. I just train. So to have the media out there in Holland, it was a little bit easier because they didn't really come in the way of my regular life as well. It was just like train, media, rest, train again. And that's it. It wasn't like, I didn't have other responsibilities to tend to. So it was pretty smooth sailing so far, but it is fight week next week. And you know how that one goes, being a main event, it's full on.
How excited are you though? I mean, because last time it was your first time in front of a crowd. You passed that test with flying colours. And I'm not talking about the fight. I'm talking about the pre-fight nerves, anxiety, whatever. You handled that like a pro. Like you've done that 20, 30 times before. Now you've done that. Are you excited? Are you looking forward to making that walk again?
Of course. We live for this stuff. The fighters know we live. Not every fighter lives for it, though. I've seen a lot of people in the changing rooms and stuff. I can only speak for myself personally. Like I operate well in the chaos. Like when there's chaos happening, like I'm at home. I love this stuff. Like I feel like, I don't know. I feel like gifted in that department. I know this might sound a bit corny and all the rest of it, but I just feel at home with it. You know what I mean? I feel I got the experience a little bit now. I'm getting comfortable with, like I say, I'm getting a little bit older, so I'm getting more comfortable with like who I am as a person, who I am as a fighter, what I need to do, what I need to focus on, what I need to blank out and all that kind of stuff. And I just feel like, I'm excited. I'm ready to go and I know what I need to do.
Well, it seems like you're growing and, without kissing your ass, into the MMA superstar that you are, but you're growing into that persona because you're a humble guy. Do you know what I mean? But the reality is, Tom, you're walking out there, you're the main event. There's going to be 20,000 people. Everyone knows your fucking name. You probably can't walk down the supermarket these days when you're back home without getting bothered. And it does feel weird. It is a new thing. It does take some getting used to.
Definitely. You got to remember, like this time 2 years ago, I wasn't even in the UFC yet. Like, I had to lend money off people to put money in the car so I can go to the gym and train. Literally 2 years ago. So things change really fast, and it changes stuff mentally. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand. Like, you have the fighter, which happens 2-3 times a year, and then the other 360 whatever days, you're a regular person, and it takes a bit of time for them two things to kind of mediate and catch up with each other. So I feel like now this is my 6th UFC fight, 2nd main event, and I'm just really starting to like find my feet with exactly how to approach everything. And I think we're going to see an excellent performance from me next week, because I've had the best. Everyone says that they have a great training camp, but I've really, really put the work in this time. Like, I feel like there's no stone left unturned, and I'm really, really proud of. Like, this is something that you won't hear me say often, but I'm really, really proud of the work that I've put in this training camp, and I'm really, really proud of myself, because I put myself in so many uncomfortable positions. I've not missed a day in the gym. I've seeked out being uncomfortable. Like, that's what I've done. Is I've gone out of my way to make sure that I am uncomfortable in every way, so that I get every box ticked for this fight. So I'm really proud and happy of myself that just going into this fight.
We'll get to the fight in just a sec, but what you were saying a minute ago, that you're getting comfortable and all the rest of it. So like when I got to the UFC, I always felt, that perhaps this is all going to come to an end. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I think
I was like, am I on borrowed time? Am I living in a dream? Is this fucking just a blip on the timeline of my life? It took me a while to think, no, this is who I fucking am now. And I need to be comfortable with this. And now I'm living the life that I always felt I should have been living. I mean, I know you used to work on the doors and things like that, but has it all kind of settled in that this is you and this is your life going forward now?
Yes, definitely. I think a little bit, I struggled with like a little bit of imposter syndrome, or whatever they call it. I was like, I don't know, I just felt like it was someone else's life kind of thing. And I was kind of like, say, it's all going to be over in a second. I'm going to be back to having absolutely no money and struggling to do everything. And
exactly.
Yeah, now I'm just like settling in. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like, oh, I've made it, because when it starts, mate, like, I'm on the run to being one of the best fighters to ever walk the face of the earth. That's my goal. And I don't think I've made it at all. I absolutely don't think I've made it. This is where it starts. And I am so like motivated and hungry and happy and grateful for what I've got. And like, I'm not gonna, I feel like now I've got a taste of it, and I won't let it slip away from me. That's why I'm doing all these things to make sure I'm the best that I can possibly be.
Yeah, of course. Of course, though. Of course. Next week, Curtis Blaydes, he's coming. He's trying to take everything you've worked for. What are you expecting out of him? Have you thought to yourself, what you think his approach is going to be in the fight? I mean, yeah, of course, we know he's a wrestler, but he can bang as well. He knocked out Dos Santos, knocked out Dorcas in his last fight. Have you studied his fights, and what are you expecting?
Of course, like, I've watched all of his fights. Curtis Blaydes, mate, absolute beast. What the UFC matchmakers told me is, look, Tom, there's nobody wants to fight you, and there's nobody wants to fight Curtis Blaydes. Do you want to fight Curtis Blaydes? And I said, does nobody want to fight Curtis Blaydes, really? And they said, yeah, no one wants to fight him. And I said, I'll fight him. If nobody else wants to fight him, I'll be that guy who fights him. And he's really good everywhere. He's by far the best opponent that I've ever fought, by far. And to be honest with you, he's brought out a completely different side of me that I didn't know. Like, I've been to push myself way, way further than I've ever pushed myself mentally and physically and emotionally in this camp. So he's took me to a whole new level. Because, to be honest with you, Mike, I'm not scared to say it. Like, I'm scared of him. Of course I am. And that fear fuels me. Like you wouldn't believe. Like, I've gone over and above anything that I've ever done before for this fight. So, like, the fear helps me, and I appreciate the fact that he's really, really good and really, really dangerous, because it took me way further than I even I thought I could go.
But that's healthy, Tom. That's what you're supposed to have. Do you know what I mean? It's only fools or liars that say I'm not scared. Do you know what I mean? And then when I say scared, you know what I mean. Scared of losing. We're not scared of getting punched in the face. We're not scared of getting kicked in the leg. We're scared of fucking failing. You know what I mean? And of course, yeah, the ramifications of losing can be painful, but it's the losing. It's the failing at your mission that brings the fear, but that gets you out of bed. That gets you running. That gets you lifting weights the way you have. Gets you flying to Holland to get the best goddamn training.
Exactly. And the fear has made me do things that I didn't even know that I could do before. Like I am on some good. I have no idea what that noise was, by the way.
Yeah, what was that?
But I have no idea. But I am on some good at the moment. Like I feel amazing physically and mentally. So it's going to be good stuff.